The Wisdom of Silence, a lesson on controlling anger. Once upon a time, in a peaceful monastery nestled in the mountains, Master Elijah sat with his disciples. As the morning sun cast golden rays over the temple courtyard, one of his students, a young man named Daniel, approached him with a troubled expression. "Master," Daniel asked, "how can we control our anger? No matter how hard I try, I find myself losing my temper over small things." Master Elijah smiled gently and said, "Let me tell you a story. By listening carefully, you will learn how to master your anger." The Quarrelsome Woman. Long ago, in a quiet village, there lived a woman named Martha. She was in her late 40s, known throughout the village for her fiery temper. She would get upset over the smallest things, and in her anger, she would lash out with hurtful words. Once her rage subsided, she would be filled with deep regret. But by then, the damage was already done. Her family suffered because of this habit. Her husband and children walked on eggshells around her, afraid of triggering her temper. The atmosphere in their home was tense, filled with constant arguments. One day, a traveling monk named Brother Samuel came to her door, seeking alms. Martha, exhausted from yet another quarrel, invited him inside. She sighed and said, "O wise one, I cannot control my anger. No matter how hard I try, it overtakes me. I say things I don't mean, and later, I regret them. Please, give me a remedy to cure this terrible habit." Brother Samuel reached into his satchel and pulled out a small glass bottle filled with liquid. Handing it to her, he said, "This is a very special medicine for anger. Whenever you feel yourself getting angry, place 4 drops of this on your tongue and hold it in your mouth for exactly 10 minutes. Do not speak during this time, or the medicine will lose its effect." Martha took the bottle with great reverence. "Thank you, Brother Samuel," she said. "I will follow your instructions carefully." From that day on, every time she felt anger rising, she immediately placed 4 drops of the medicine on her tongue and remained silent for 10 minutes. Days passed, and something miraculous happened. Her temper began to subside. With each moment of forced silence, her anger had no fuel to burn. By the end of the week, she found herself getting angry less frequently. The atmosphere in her home transformed. There was peace instead of constant quarrels. After 7 days, Brother Samuel returned to her home. With gratitude, Martha fell at his feet and said, "Oh, wise one, your medicine has worked wonders. I no longer get angry the way I used to, and my family is so much happier." The monk chuckled softly and said, "My dear child, there was no real medicine in that bottle. It was only filled with water. You did not control your anger because of the medicine, but because you kept your mouth closed. Silence is the true cure for anger. When we hold our tongues, we do not say things we will regret later, and in turn, we allow our anger to pass without destruction." The lesson from Master Elijah. After finishing the story, Master Elijah looked at his disciples and said, "Anger is like fire. It burns everything in its path, but it cannot last without fuel. Words are the fuel of anger. When an angry person speaks, their words spark conflict and make the fire grow. But if they remain silent, the fire dies out on its own." He paused and continued, "Think about your own lives. How often have you said something in anger that you later regretted? How many relationships have suffered because of a few reckless words? Anger clouds the mind and leads people to act without wisdom. Sometimes it even drives them to physical violence, actions they can never take back. But anger," he said, "is temporary. It flares up for only a few moments. If, in those moments, we choose silence, we protect ourselves from making mistakes that could cost us a lifetime of regret. The next time you feel anger taking hold, take a few drops of the medicine called silence. Close your mouth for 10 minutes, and you will save yourself from many troubles." Hearing this, Daniel nodded thoughtfully. He now understood that the key to mastering his temper was not in suppressing his emotions, but in controlling his reaction, and so he resolved to take Master Elijah's lesson to heart, knowing that the true power of self-control lay in the wisdom of silence. Thanks for reading, and remember, keep smiling.